Right, what's on next?
Well, the next on my list is a bit of a cheat in that I have seen the film, but I haven't read the book. So I love the film and can't wait to sort of go back in time and see the book. And also I've discovered that there's a sequel as well. So this is Call Me By Your Name. Mm-hmm. So I've seen the film of the same name, and I just thought it was the most beautiful, sexy film I've ever seen. It was just right from the start. It's like watching a piece of art. The setting's amazing, the cinematography, the music, the outfits, the whole family dynamic. You know, it's a really gorgeous film anyway, and personally I could just look at that forever. And then you have the story is this slow burning romance that blossoms between a student, Oliver, who's come from America to stay with a professor, and the romance blossoms between the professor's son, who's about 17, I think, and the son Elio, who's just sort of discovering his own sexuality for the first time. It's a summer of awakening for him, and they deal with that really, really, really cleverly throughout the film. And then, of course, this relationship blossoms between the two of them that they're both a bit afraid of, but really have so much passion and desire for. And I think ultimately it's a story about finding true intimacy with someone else.
Like, I've also seen the film, and I have never really watched a film before I've read a book before. I'm usually quite staunch on, no, I must read the book first before watching the film. And I agree, this film was so gorgeous and arty, and the slow pace and the build was actually beautiful because the romance was like slowly blooming. It was very believable, and like obviously there were other things at play there. You know, there's societal pressures, there's the belief that are you allowed to do what you want to do, is your desire fine, and I think it really works with all those things amazingly well. Obviously with the older character Oliver, you know, at first it feels like he's sort of fighting against these feelings, and then it all just comes to fruition. And I think that Elio's family are just gorgeous. Like the way, I think that's a really great, like, a sort of portrayal of a family who are just understanding and caring, and there's no judgment. And I think anybody in any walk of life would just find it illuminating and just lovely.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. And I think you're right that there's sort of initially, you know, I thought the sort of age difference was, I was like, am I going to feel comfortable with this? But actually the power dynamics change between them so naturally and believably, as you say, and it's just beautiful. It's such gorgeous, and it's a very, very sexy film, so I'm excited to read the book as well.